shadowed corners of the galaxy, where desperation is a currency, some legends are best left undisturbed. Vexarion, a mercenary etched from 100 forgotten wars, knew this better than most. He slumped in a cantina that reeked of regret and 17 alien species, pushing away a contract that smelled of death. The target, Earth's 85th Special Tactics Division. The Jeruvian broker, a creature of too many nervous eyes, offered triple the rate. Triple? Vexarion rasped, a laugh catching in his throat like broken glass. Is what you pay for a funeral. Even GRA, the Therian hunter who stalked void krakens for sport, recoiled at the name. A hush fell, a shared memory of fear. You want to know why? Vexarion's voice dropped, pulling the room into his orbit. I'll tell you about Theta Station. 7 cycles ago, his squad of elite mercs was hired to pacify human colonists. A simple resource grab, but Theta Station was a ghost ship. No bodies, no struggle, just food still warm in the mesh hall. An unnerving emptiness that crawled under the skin. It's in these silences that true terror is born. Then they started vanishing. One moment Drax was there, the next an empty space in the corridor. No sound, no trace, just gone. The enemy was a phantom our best tech couldn't see. We assumed stealth camouflage, but our thermals saw nothing. Impossible. That's when we heard it. Human laughter echoing through the vents. A calm voice then filled the station, offering 60 seconds to surrender. We answered with a storm of plasma. A mistake. The gravity died. Emergency lights painted the chaos in strobing reds. In the weightless dark, they emerged. They moved through 0G not like soldiers but like dancers in their element. One rose from a floor panel, disarming a soldier and sending him spinning into a wall. Another dropped from the ceiling, a blur of motion and electric fury. I panicked, firing wildly until my weapon overheated. Then a tap on my shoulder. A human floated before me, smiling gently. First time in 0G can be rough, he said. And then he simply took my sidearm, like a parent taking a sharp toy from a child. There were only 5 of them. 5 humans who dismantled 15 elite mercenaries without breaking a sweat, zip-tied our missing comrades in a closet, and left us with a lesson etched in humiliation. The hegemony buried the report, abandoning the system. So no, Vexarion concluded, turning back to the broker. I won't take your contract. As if summoned by the story, the cantina doors hissed open. A lone human entered, his casual gaze sweeping the room. The air crackled with tension. He ordered a whiskey, and his eyes met Vexarion's across the room with a flicker of recognition, and maybe a wink. It was a language older than words. I know you. That was Vexarion's cue. He settled his tab and made for the door, but the broker clutched his arm. You can't leave. Vexarion pried the grip away. Watch me. He didn't make it 3 steps outside. A firm hand clamped his shoulder. Going somewhere, Vex? The voice was calm. Familiar. Vexarion froze. It was him, the man from Theta Station. Name's Jackson, Lieutenant Commander. He was older now, but his eyes held the same unnerving calm. You told quite the story. Accurate, mostly. Vexarion's heart hammered against his ribs. What do you want? Jackson leaned against the wall. Information. The consortium is getting bold. We need to know why. Cooperation seemed the only path that didn't end in molecular disassembly. Vexarion agreed. On Jackson's shuttle, a disguised command center, he met the rest of the 85th. Commander Reyes, the steely exo, Malik, the comm specialist, Rivera, the tech wizard, and Devon, the silent recon. They already knew everything about him. There's a particular dread in realizing your life is an open book to those who hunt in the dark. Vexarion revealed the consortium's secret, Project Lazarus, a precursor artifact on Kepler 186f, a key to an instantaneous galactic transport network, a power to rewrite the map of the cosmos. Whoever controls that, Jackson murmured, controls everything. But Vexarion warned them the technology was sentient, unstable. If it cascaded, it could unravel spacetime itself. Their mission shifted from intelligence gathering to preventing cosmic annihilation, motivated by self-preservation. A mercenary's purest instinct. Vexarion offered to guide them in. Better to swim with predators, he reasoned, than drown alone. The infiltration was a masterclass in audacity. Posing as a security consultant, Vexarion walked them right through the front door of the Lazarus complex. But arrogance is a faulty shield. Inside, Director Paxulle was waiting, a trap. They weren't in the control room. They were in the core chamber, face to face with a swirling vortex of energy already tearing at its containment field. "Welcome, Earth forces," the director sneered. "You're just in time to witness a new galactic order." Chaos erupted. The core lashed out, vaporizing a scientist as gunfire filled the chamber. The mission collapsed into a desperate fight for survival. "We need to shut it down," Jackson roared. Vexarion saw the only way. A quantum dampening protocol, a failsafe requiring simultaneous activation from two consoles. One was right there. The other was across the chamber, surrounded by tendrils of lethal energy. A suicide run. Jackson and Reyes exchanged a single decisive look. "Cover me," Jackson ordered. "You're coming with me," he said, grabbing Vexarion. They scrambled to the main console as Paxulle fell in the crossfire. "The protocol needs 2 operators," Vexarion yelled over the chaos, pointing to the second station. "A death sentence." Jackson didn't hesitate. He crushed his comm unit. "Team evacuate." "That's an order." He turned to Vexarion. "You activate from here on my mark. Then get out." It was suicide. Probably. Jackson grinned, a flash of pure human defiance. "Ready when you are." With a final nod, Jackson sprinted into the storm, a lone figure weaving through arcs of deadly energy. He reached the console. Now Vexarion initiated the sequence. The core convulsed, its tendrils whipping toward both of them. "Go!" Jackson commanded. Vexarion ran. He glanced back to see Jackson holding his position, consumed by light as the protocol completed. He stumbled onto the shuttle just as Reyes sealed the ramp. "Jackson!" he gasped. His choice. As their ship tore away, the moon behind them rippled, and a wave of silent energy washed over them. The Lazarus core was neutralized. In the profound quiet of the aftermath, Vexarion finally asked, "Why? Why would he sacrifice himself?" Commander Reyes met his gaze, her expression unreadable. "That's why you won't take contracts against us. Not because we're willing to die, it's because we're willing to live for something bigger than ourselves." It was their conviction, a force more powerful than any weapon. As they flew toward neutral space, Vexarion Tarion understood. Some forces in the universe were not meant to be fought. They were simply meant to be witnessed. A terrifying and beautiful testament to a power beyond greed or fear. Please follow my channel for more videos. One click from you can change my life.